Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you are not subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and then also press the notification bell so you don't miss when I upload a new video. In today's video, this is my long awaited pregnancy update. I know I haven't updated you guys in a long time, kind of. My last one was what, 16 weeks? So we are going to get into all things twin pregnancy today, and I'm going to fill you guys in on what's been going on. So today I am officially 25 weeks pregnant. 25 weeks pregnant. I am officially like 6 months. I'm so excited, y'all. One big thing that I've noticed these last couple weeks is that I am really wanting to nest. I'm wanting to clean, I'm wanting to organize, I'm wanting to get the nursery together. That is my main concern. I am filming this on a Sunday, so if y'all hear the girls in the background, I mean, they're home. I did want to film this in like a little bit more of a production, like maybe downstairs, have some makeup on, but look, sometimes things don't always go as planned. So if y'all hear the girls, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get through this video as quickly as I can. But yes, I am into all things nesting and I'm just really excited. Now that we are not moving anymore, I can really like hone into just organizing, decluttering, cleaning, things like that, because in like less than 3 months probably they will be here, and that's kind of crazy. So one of the biggest things in this update is going to be my 20-week anatomy scan. I believe I was like 21 weeks when I went in to have it done. It's very tedious in a way, I guess because I have 2 babies that they have to do everything for. But basically, this is the huge scan where they go in and they check the baby's brains, their hearts, they measure their leg bones and their arm bones and their nose bones. They make sure nothing abnormal is going on with their hearts or with their brains. An anatomy scan is basically why it took me so long to film this video, because I did not get the best news. So at my anatomy scan, she basically, the ultrasound tech, and I got my anatomy scan done at my specialist office. This was not at my regular OBGYN office. This was at my specialist office, who specializes in high-risk pregnancies, who I see every 2 weeks. So I'm getting my anatomy scan done, and she's getting all the scans. She's telling me their heart rate. She's telling me, okay, this is good, that's good. Their hearts look good. Their brains look good. I'm measuring their head sizes. She's going through basically all of the scans and just letting me know that everything's okay with both of the babies, as she's doing one baby at a time. But as she gets to their faces, she says, oh, they don't want to cooperate, or they're being stubborn, or she makes a comment basically referring to the babies not cooperating, and in a sense her not being able to get the right scan. I was probably in the room for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes. So after she's done with the scan, she's like, okay, well, you can get dressed and Dr. Dillon will be in a minute. And why do I need to see Dr. Dillon? Like, anytime they tell you that you have to speak to someone else, something's wrong. You know, like, I'm not stupid. This isn't my first pregnancy. This is my 3rd pregnancy. I just knew like something was wrong. So she steps out and I'm waiting for probably 20 minutes or so before the doctor comes in. You know, she's about to give me some probably not so good news. So I'm scared, obviously, like these are my babies. So she's going over the scans that the ultrasound tech just did. She asked me, did you have the first trimester scan done for Down syndrome? And I'm like, yeah. And everything came back normal. And she said, I'm only asking because on baby B, their nose bone is really short. She said their nose bones are short on both of the babies, but it's really short on baby B. That's what she said. And I told her, I said, well, I had the screening done and everything came back normal. Now, I know with those screenings, you can sometimes get a false positive. I know there's a lot of testing that you can do to screen for Down syndrome. I believe it's 3 tests. It's the first trimester scan, it's the Harmony scan, then there's like a more invasive procedure, I think, where they actually go in and take amniotic fluid from both of the babies and they test it, and that like really lets you know like, okay, yes or no. But that test has more of a risk of miscarriage with it, so a lot of people may choose not to get that done. A very small chance of miscarriage with that procedure, and with twins that chance is double. I tell her, I said, well, no, I had it done and everything came back normal. And she said, well, I didn't get the results, so can you just call Dr. Jala and tell the nurse to just fax us over the results. She said, but she was like, but that reassures me, like if you've had it done, that reassures me that everything is okay. I wouldn't worry about it too much. She says, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but if you get home and you're worried about it, then you can go ahead and we can send you where you can take the Harmony scan. That will pretty much let us know if you're at high risk or low risk, and we'll confirm what's going on with the nose bones. So in my head, I'm just like, what do you mean if I go home and I'm worried about it? Like, you're telling me about it now. Obviously, I'm worried about it now. Like, why would I need to go home and decide if I'm worried about it? Like, well, no, I want to get it done today. Like, I want to get it done now. I'm done talking to Dr. Dillon, so I leave and I go to the receptionist and I say, yeah, I want to get the Harmony screening done. And she's like, okay. She was like, well, have a seat and I'm going to talk to her and they're going to draw up the paperwork. Now, here's why I feel like people are just really inconsiderate. Because you just told me that my babies, both of them now, because something was abnormal. Basically, there was something abnormal found on their anatomy scan. And you're going to send me into a waiting room full of pregnant women and their significant others to wait. You give me a request to go do lab work. Literally took them like 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do the paperwork. Like, I was sitting there for a minute and I'm holding back tears because I'm just like, okay, God, like what's going on? Like, why is this happening? Like, I had the scan done. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to do. Like, what Down syndrome? Like, both of them? Like, how is this possible? How could this happen? I'm praying. I'm just trying to pray. Like, I'm doing all of this in the waiting room, and I'm sitting there trying not to bust out in tears as I have all these people around me. And it's just like, how insensitive can you possibly be? You could have had me wait in the room as you got the paperwork. That way I could just leave immediately. So at this point, I'm pissed. I'm absolutely pissed at the sense of just inconsideration for me as a woman, for me as a mother. And I was just really upset. I feel like a lot of times doctors may be so used to delivering bad news that it's just nothing to them. They just have no compassion, that it's just black and white. Like, put yourself in my situation as a mom and just have more compassion. Like, I know y'all do this every day, all day, and you probably give bad news more than you would like to. But it's like, when you have to deliver that bad news, just have a better fucking way at doing it. Okay, because it's really insensitive. It really is. And that's what had me more upset than anything. Finally get the paperwork together, and y'all, as soon as I shut that car door, I bust out crying. There was so many other things going on around this time, and I was just in a really, really stressful state. I was just feeling like, okay, the devil is really working. Like, the devil is really, really trying. Like, he is trying me, okay? Like, it was just like one thing after another, after another, after another. So getting this news was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Like I had it and I just broke down in the car and just was crying. Talking to my mom and I'm just telling her what happened and how she said she couldn't get them in a good position and now something's wrong with their nasal bone. I get on Google and I'm researching, which you're not supposed to probably do, but I'm looking up like signs of Down syndrome, abnormal things found on your anatomy scan, and it's saying that the nasal bone is a very strong indicator of Down syndrome. Internet said an absent nasal bone, I guess where they don't have a nasal bone at all, is like a really high indicator that they may have Down syndrome, or the shortness of a nasal bone is also an indicator of Down syndrome. Just talking to my mom and just calming down before I start to drive home because I don't want to drive home upset. I end up driving to the place, doing the lab work, talking to them, and then they tell me at the end, oh, well, it's going to be 7 to 10 days for the results. Big. So now I'm going to have this dark cloud hanging over my head for 10 days. First day, I'm really worried about it. I'm just sad. I'm just concerned. And then I don't know, like around the second or third day, and then after that, really prayed. Like I really prayed, y'all. Like I prayed for my babies like I have never prayed for myself before. Like, and I just really gave it to God. Like I said, okay, God, like whatever you feel like is for me is going to be for me. Whatever you feel like I can handle, that's what I'm going to have. And I can't change that. But please just let nothing be wrong with my babies. Like, please, like life is already hard enough. This is my last pregnancy. These are my last babies. Like, I just want them to be healthy. I just want them to be okay. And I really give it to God. Like, I give it to God. And after I do that, y'all, after I really pray about it, something came over my mind and I just was at peace with that. You know, like I was worried, obviously. I'm still a little bit in the back of my mind worried about it. But I was way more at peace with the fact that, you know, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. I don't know. I just end up calling Dr. Dillon's office. I believe this was on a Thursday. And I'm just like, hey, you know, I did the Harmony screen. Do you guys have my results yet? Because I haven't heard anything. They had my results and they didn't even call me. How do you get results like that? And that's not the first thing that you do is call the patient and tell them the results. She's like, yeah, so everything came back fine. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? I thought it was supposed to be like low risk, high risk. She said, yeah, everything came back as low risk. Everything came back as normal. There's not any concerns. It was like, you don't have anything to be concerned about. I was like, okay, well, what are the other reasons that the nasal bone may be short? She said a lot of times it could be something within your ethnicity where the growth of the nasal bone could just be a little bit behind. But basically that along the pregnancy, it will catch up and it will be fine. Just say, okay, well, at my next visit with you guys, I want the measurements retaken. And I would prefer them to be retaken not by the same person. Mad that they didn't even call me, but I don't even care about that at this point. Like, I'm just so relieved and I'm just thanking God that everything is okay and that everything came back normal. So everything's fine with both of the babies. They're growing great. Everything came back normal. Their measurements are good. They're right on track for how far that I am. And their heart rates are good. Like everything is good. I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more grateful. I'm thrilled that everything just worked out, you know. So moving on to a lighter note, we can go ahead and get into other things. So let's talk about cravings. So right now, my number one craving is Wendy's cheese sauce. Yeah. Have y'all ever went to Wendy's and got like a large fry and a side of cheese sauce? OMG, it's so good, y'all. My aunt put me on. My aunt put me on years ago. And that has been one of my number one cravings is Wendy's cheese sauce. I've also been craving a lot of fruit lately, like a lot of oranges, which I don't usually eat oranges. watermelon. I've always loved watermelon, but been wanting to eat a lot. Watermelon, honeydew, grapes. Like, I've been craving a lot of fruit. So my third craving are like pretzels, but not any type of pretzel, like those combos, those little cheese filled pretzels. Oh my God, the cheddar cheese kind. I try not to eat a lot of those though, because obviously it's salty, and salt is sodium, and sodium isn't good for you like that. I've been feeling the babies move a lot. And at night, it's usually around the same time, around 11, 12 o'clock. They're like really going in. But as they get bigger, they're not going to have that much space. So my doctor told me it's perfectly fine for me for them not to really move as much. I think once they get around like 32, 33 weeks, whatever position that they're in is most likely going to be the position that they stay in until I deliver them. I don't think I've talked to you guys about my labor and delivery yet. There's probably a 90% chance that I am just going to go ahead and have like a scheduled C-section. I don't want to technically have a scheduled C-section, but I am 100% getting my tubes tied, and it would just be easier to go ahead, have a C-section, deliver the babies, and then right after that for them to immediately go in and just tie my tubes, versus if I had a vaginal delivery, I would basically have to have them vaginally, recover from having them, and then at a later time I would have to be scheduled for them to go in and tie my tubes. And it just kind of seemed like that was a little bit much on my body for me to have them have to recover from having them and to go right back into some type of surgery like maybe a month or two after. It just was like kind of team too much. So if they can, do both procedures at one time, that's great. They can deliver my babies and they can go ahead and just tie my tubes, and that's great. So I am like 300% sure I'm getting my tubes tied. I don't think I ever told you guys that in the last update, but this is my last pregnancy. This is the last time I will ever be pregnant. These are my last kids. That's just something that that I want, because I don't want to be pregnant again. This is it. I got my 4, I got my tribe, and we're just gonna roll with it. I think that's pretty much it, you guys. I don't really think I'm forgetting anything. For the most part, I feel really, really good this trimester. 16 to 25 week mark has been really good to me. I feel energized. I feel motivated. I feel good. I'm eating good. I don't have any morning sickness at all anymore. I'm not tired. I'm not sluggish. I feel really, really great. One thing I have noticed a lot is my hair with this pregnancy. Like, my hair is getting so long, y'all. So soft. Like, it's getting thicker, which I was having an issue with a couple months ago. Just getting my hair back to the thickness that it used to be. The one con that I would say that I have is obviously me breaking out a lot, which is kind of a disappointment because I never experienced this with MEILANI or with NYLAH, and it's kind of a bummer. And I tend to break out like around my cheek area. That's where I get all of my breakouts. It's not occasionally I may get 1 or 2 on my chin, but my cheeks are my main breakout area. I just feel like you got to make a trade-off. Like, my hair is growing, I feel amazing, I'm energized, I'm good. On the con side, my face is breaking out. You can play connect the dots with my face. It's cool. It's cool. I feel like it's an even trade-off. So that would be the only con. I haven't noticed any new stretch marks yet. I've been keeping my belly really moisturized with the cocoa butter stretch mark lotion, and I've been using the bio oil. So I keep this thing lathered up, baby. Okay, lathered up. I also don't think I've told y'all this, but we do have our baby names. So we have their names. We're not going to reveal them until they are born, but we do have their names, and I'm I'm in love. Like, I'm in love with their name. I started to notice that a lot of people have just not been wanting to name their twins like I've noticed when I've been looking up twins and stuff online and like on Pinterest and stuff, when you see stuff about twins or twin posts, especially with the fraternal girl boy twins, and seeing so many different twins names where it's like, oh, Max and Allison, or I don't know, Harper and Michael, which is completely fine. But for me personally, I just knew they're twins. Even though they're boy girl twins, I just really wanted them to have, if not the same initials, really wanted their first initial and their last initial to be the same. So I wanted their names to not only start with the same letter, but I wanted their names to like coordinate with each other, to kind of look alike, as well, like when you write it on paper, to kind of just go together and start with the same thing. Fred actually came up with one name. He came up with it years ago. He actually wanted to name NYLAH that, and I was like, nope. And that name resurfaced back again, and then I chose the boy name. I was really surprised because, y'all, he has been so picky about baby names. Every little name I tell him, he's like, no, I don't like it. Like, it was months of that. Months. Because right when I found out they were twins, I wanted to go ahead and start thinking about names, because naming one baby is hard, let alone naming two babies and trying to get their names to go together, and they're twins. So I wanted them to have something different and cute, something unique, and still really cute and beautiful. Have their names. We will reveal the names after they are born with our baby announcement. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I was getting a couple questions about their names, but we do have the baby names. The next big test that I have coming up is my glucose test, which I believe is getting done around 28 weeks. I believe they do that right around 7 months. So that is going to be my next test that I have to take, and hopefully I'm praying for good results for that test as well. No gestational diabetes or anything like that, which I have never had a worry about with my previous pregnancies, but you never know. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. That is pretty much it for this pregnancy update. I think the next update that I'm going to do is definitely going to be third trimester, closer to my due date. It will probably be like 32, 33 weeks. I want to be in my third trimester, and I know that probably shortly after that, 36, 37 weeks, they will probably be here. And I'm going to be filming a what's in my hospital bag, what's in my baby bag. The nursery tour is coming up very, very soon, y'all. So when you guys see this video, the nursery tour is going to be probably right after this video. So please be on the lookout for that. You guys do not want to miss it. It is going to be beautiful. I'm going to really, really take my time. Nursery tour is definitely an important video for me. So I'm going to take my time with the editing, with the sound effects, with the montage. Like, I'm going to give that video like 100%. Really, really just want to create a good video for you guys. Y'all are gonna love it. I hope y'all love it just as much as I do. So I think that is it for all things twin pregnancy. I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos, watching my vlogs. Like, I love you guys so much for your support. I'm just so happy, y'all. Like, I'm just so happy, and more every day I wake up and I just thank God, because it's just like, I just can't believe it. Like, I just can't believe that this is happening to me. This is my life. Like, I say all the time, like, I cannot believe I'm pregnant with twins. I think I said it in the last video. I'm just grateful, you know, that God saw me fit for this journey, that he saw me fit to carry these babies. It's so crazy. At my last doctor's appointment, when I was getting my cervix checked, she was like, yep, your cervix is nice and long, like perfect. You have the perfect cervix to carry twins. She was like, it looks great. Like, there's no sign of shortening, of softening, nothing. So I'm I'm excited, y'all. Can't wait to start our lives with them. They're gonna bake in my belly for as long as possible. We want to get them nice and fat and juicy and healthy. Like 3 months, y'all, we are gonna have some babies. That's crazy to me. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all my bump and then we can end the video. So this is my bump. 25 weeks pregnant with twins. I'm carrying very high, actually. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, you like me, you like my channel, please consider subscribing. I would love you to join the Erica Simone family. The more, the merrier. Like I said, the nursery tour will be my next video, so please turn on your notification bell so you do not miss that upload. It is going to be a good one. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.